Hey everyone, Works here. Yes, I'm still wearing the same clothes in this video. I batch recorded 4 videos tonight, cut and edit 5. It is currently 10:15 p.m. where I'm at, and I'm still going, man. I'm in a flow. I just got done recording Hellfire, which you guys saw come out, released on the channel probably a couple days before this one. And I did the Bass Gangs EPs, which you can go back and watch as well. So I'm in a flow. I'm feeling creative, feeling engaged with doing these videos. So I'm just going until I am done with either the videos I record or I pass out, whichever happens first, but we're getting there. Um, so in this video here, we're going to cover Jack's Lament, a low bass singer cover from Geoff Castellucci. Of course, Jack's Lament, not quite the most famous song from a movie that has many iconic songs in Nightmare Before Christmas, between What's This, Kidnap the Sandy Claus, Oogie Boogie Man, now Jack's Lament, which is one of the more famous male solo songs, I guess, that happened around the time that Nightmare Before Christmas was released. Um, so I'm really interested to see what Geoff does with this. My older brother actually has watched this one a couple of times and has said it's very good. So when even he is like, "Yo, you need to really watch this one," tells me I'm in for something here, because he usually doesn't like, he watches voice play and Jeff's stuff, but he doesn't really like talk about it a lot. It's just kind of a thing that fills his time, unlike me, who's obviously making videos on the damn things. So the fact that he's even reached out to me and said, "Yo, you need to check this out," like, so we're setting a little bit of a bar here. So I'm really excited to get into this one. For those of you that are new to the channel, I want to take a moment and welcome you in. Thank you for joining me on this wonderful little weird adventure that I do with these videos. For those that are veterans of this channel, welcome back to this weird little adventure that I do in these videos. For those of you that are new, my name is Corey. I'm not a professional musician. I'm just a guy that started making these videos in 2022 as a form of creative outlet and kind of self-care, as I was going through tough times in my life at the moment. As a result, I've gotten to interact with a bunch of really cool and interesting people in the comments of these videos. Some regular commenters. I just want to shout out all of you guys. I won't name you by name, because I'm afraid I'll miss somebody. But you guys know who you are that comment on all the videos. So shout outs to you guys. Join them in the comments, of course, of this video. My kind of musical background is that I was a percussionist in high school, which is 20 years ago now, almost. I would have been 20 years ago, 2003, I would have been a sophomore. So just in the midst of my high school drumline career. But I kind of have music as a connecting thread throughout the chapters of my life. And at 36 years of age, I have what I really dub to be kind of 4 paths of my life. And that is like my early years, which is about the first 10 or 11 years when I lived in South Carolina. My dad retired. We moved to Florida. And then I have like my middle and high school years, which is another chapter of my life. And then I actually have my late teens, early 20s, which is a short chapter in my life, but one that was there where I was an early college student. And then I have the married part of my life, or the relationship part of my life, where I met my now ex-wife, which was basically ages 21 to 35. And then now at age 36, I'm in the next chapter of my life where I'm now divorced, co-parent, and stuff like that. On good terms, so we're okay as a divorced couple. But the connecting thread in all of that has been music. Music has been something that has threaded everything together, because it's always helped balance my emotions or help me feed into feelings to have been able to better like emotionally process them and stuff like that. So this is kind of my way of giving back to music in a way, by making stupid videos on the internet that no one's going to care about in like 3 days anyways. But for me, it's a way to like say thank you back to music. Why did I do these videos? Well, I was inspired by Peter Barber of the Bass Gang to do them. I was like, hey, you bring a professional aspect to it because he's a professional opera singer. I think the best thing to do, or the best thing to add to the thing, is to bring my amateur touch to the videos. Anyways, yeah, that's basically what he was doing them. They looked like they were fun to do, so I decided to do them myself. And I've kind of settled into the following format for how I do these videos. If I've never seen them before, which has been a lot, almost everything I've done recently, I am going to go back and do some videos that I've seen before, just to kind of show you what that format will look like. And because something, it'd be fun to go back and do a video that I've seen already and break it down, just do a pure analysis video. But the way that I'll do this, since I've never seen this video before, is we're going to watch it all the way through, all roughly, I'm assuming about 4 minutes and 15 seconds of this video. And you're going to get this thing right here in the bottom left of your screen, covering the bottom left of the screen, reacting purely to this, because you're going to see my reaction to everything Geoff's doing in real time for the first time myself. If you don't want to experience that as your first time watching it, then I suggest you go watch Geoff's video yourself. Just go to his channel. I'll link it in the description, all that jazz. And then you come back to this video, please. Please come back. And then you get to watch my stupid face make faces on the internet. Once I do a first listen through of pure reaction, no pausing, I go back and I do a second listen through where I do pause and I break down things. I talk about things that I think are cool, interesting, interpret what the music and video are meaning to me, or what I think his goals are. It's all posture speculation. I kind of try to make it entertaining or bring something insightful that I hope you maybe didn't think about as you were watching the video for your 30th, 40th, millionth time. So that's how we're going to do these videos. So without further ado, let's jump right into them. Let's get right into the video. Geoff's Castellucci, low bass singer cover of Jack's Lament from The Night Before Christmas.
There are few who deny at what I do I am the best, for my talents are renowned far and wide. When it comes to surprises in the moonlit night, I excel without ever even trying. With the slightest little effort of my ghost-like charms, I have seen grown men give out a shriek. With a wave of my hand and a well-placed moan, I have swept the very bravest off their feet. Yet year after year, it's the same routine, and I grow so weary of the sound of screams. And I, Jack, the Pumpkin King, have grown so tired of the same old thing. Oh, somewhere deep inside of these bones, an emptiness began to grow. There's something out there far from my home, a longing that I've never known. I'm the master of fright and a demon of light, and I'll scare you right out of your pants. To a guy in Kentucky, I'm Mr. Unlucky, and I'm known throughout England and France. Bonjour. And since I am dead, I can take off my head to recite Shakespearean quotations. No animal nor man can scream like I can with the fury of my recitations. But who here would ever understand that the Pumpkin King with the skeleton grin would tire of his crown? If they only understood, he'd give it all up if he only could. Oh, there's an empty place in my bones that calls out for something unknown. The fame and praise come year after year, does nothing for these empty tears.
Okay, I was wrong. I said 4:15. It's 3:22. Let's pause. Hang on. I think there's a lot more going on here. Let's look. Oh, it just shows off some stuff in the background here.
Geoff here, and happy Halloween. This video was made with the support of spooky folks just like you. And
I'll go back and watch that on my own time. Very cool. I see why my brother told me to watch it. This is an insane show off of just up and down, up and down. That's the vibe I got from it, and of course, legitimately, nearly made me fall out of this chair. Um, so yeah, that's a thing that happened. Very cool. I really enjoy this. I'm going to be definitely trying to figure out by singing poorly in my car on the way to work, how to make this work. Just a lot of, we're going to talk about it a lot more. We'll do the breakdown side of it. For those of you that just hear the reaction, just want to go simple and straightforward here. So yeah, this is definitely definitely a more interesting cover that he's done, I think. I can tell that Patreon budget's coming in. Very cool stuff, though. I really enjoyed this. I could see why I was told to make sure you watch this. It's very, very neat and interesting. So if you're here for just for the reaction, that's it for you guys. I appreciate you sticking in for me. If you're here for the nerd out part, let's get into it, huh? Of course, Geoff playing piano, which we know he does. So that opening almost, I think it is exactly the same notes, key, and things like that of Danny Elfman's original.
There are few who deny at what I do, I am the best.
So like even right here, like with 2 lines in, and he's just sliding down into this, from like this upper bass, low baritone into this low bass, like so easily and so controlled. It's kind of freaky how much control he has. Of course, he's been training his voice for decades at this point, but it is really freaky about how good he can maintain that control. It's kind of scary, if we would.
For my talents are renowned far and wide. When it comes to surprises in the moonlit night, I excel without ever even trying. With the slightest little effort of my ghost-like charms, I have seen...
God, Jesus Christ. I don't know if he's melodic voice acting or if that's him singing, but like, God. Just, things like that he's doing. Just freaky talent, man. Dude, he's the king. That's why he's the king.
Seen grown men give out a shriek with a wave of my hand and a well-placed moan. I have swept the very bravest off their feet.
Well-placed moan. Like, this is gonna be tough for me to kind of even remotely. Oh God, I'm both excited and dreading singing this in my car, because holy crap. I'm gonna send this to my daughter, by the way, too, because she loves Nightmare Before Christmas. So yeah.
Yet year after year, it's the same routine, and I grow so weary of the sound of screams. And I, Jack, the Pumpkin King, have grown so...
I really like the fact that they take what is probably the most iconic moment in the song. For I, Jack, the Pumpkin King. Like, and he both pays respect to it. I don't know what the original like tone level is on the original singer, which his name escapes me. I used to remember it. But we get that very much that respect towards the way that the impact of that line is like, you can tell, it makes me smile. I just appreciate it. I love things that both innovate and respect off of the original.
Jack, the Pumpkin King, have grown so tired of the same old thing.
God, the tonality. Oh, and then he uses just a beat of silence, maybe 2, and Now all of a sudden he's jumping into his tenor range. And it's like, just, bro, come on, man.
Deep inside of these bones, an emptiness began to grow.
There's some
This is an exercise in hills, man. I feel like I am on like the Tower of Doom, where you're just like that's what he's doing with his voice. Is he goes up for a little bit and then he just drops it down into bass octave and you're just flying with him, and then he pauses and goes up and down and up and down, and oh my god, this is Tower Terror. Also, shout outs to him and Kathy, I'm assuming, for the makeup that he's doing, because it is stellar.
something out there far from my home,
Long.
that I've never known.
The thick sub there, really nice.
I'm the master of fright and a demon of light, and I'll scare you right out of your pants.
I knew it was coming this time, and I still slightly jumped. So right here, I think it's really cool. Again, doing like the theatrical singing or melodic voice acting, whichever phrase you want to cop for it. Obviously we've known from like Oogie Boogie where he does a well. And I just listened to the Bass Gang's Gaston, which obviously has the voice acting in it as well. So here he's kind of mixing in that bass tonality with it. So it's almost like he speaks singing, I guess, which I know is a real technique in a way. And so I think that's what he's doing here. And it's really cool, really interesting. I'm not going to go back and do the jump scare again.
Would die in Kentucky. I'm Mr. Unlucky, and I'm known throughout England and France.
So one thing actually I just thought about, that we don't have multiple Geoffs. And I think it's been till then, which he did around New Year's last year, that he didn't have any. But other than that, there's not many Geoff videos where he doesn't have duplicates of himself. Obviously, they did some fancy camera cuts here. You just saw that where he almost looked like he, I call it Misty Step because I'm a D&D nerd, but he almost like teleported and shifted and like floated on the ground from in front of the piano to the side by this headstone over here. This is Haunted Mansion, which T Disney.
Mr. Unlucky, and I'm known throughout England and France.
So I really like the audio mixing technique that's done here because he's done this in, I know, Reigns of Castamere, on Lords of Castamere, where it's almost like it's not purely duplicating the track like twice, but it's very close to doing that. Or there's some like special like post-production stuff that you do to give it this like almost like echo quality. And I really like that it's used here with England and France.
Mr. Unlucky, and I'm known throughout England and France.
Also, Unlucky. Again, great voice acting, melodic voice acting stuff. Very cool.
And since I am dead, I can take off my head to recite Shakespearean quotations.
So, as soon as you said take off the head and he did this motion here, I knew what was coming. And it's still just great.
No animal nor man can scream like I can.
Belting Geoff is so fun. When you're getting into those high tenor belts. I know Geoff has talked in the past about how he kind of always wished he was a rock tenor and instead it was a bass, baritone bass. And he always kind of laments that a little bit. Well, Geoff, do enough training with your voice like you've done, and now all of a sudden you get to be a rock tenor. I mean, you just got to go watch the Peaches short to see it really go in full view, but this is really good here. And again, they use that same sort of swift video editing to make him like almost like teleport, which is very cool. We'll watch it here again.
To recite Shakespearean quotations.
But again, we get multiple Geoffs. Shakespearean quotations. Kind of get that almost opera-like power into it.
No animal nor man can scream like I can.
Ooh, I missed this. Watch Geoff when he does Scream Like I Can.
No animal nor man can scream
Look, we get multiple Geoffs. So they're kind of here. They're just all inside Jack.
like I can.
With the fury of my recitations, but who
Love the green eye glow. Or orange eye
would
glow.
ever understand that the pumpkin
Zero! We love some Zero.
king with the
Wait, why couldn't he get Lane back to be Zero?
skeleton grin would tire of his crown if they only understood. He'd give it all up if he only could.
Again, just the clean tone is stellar. I'm so jealous. I don't have it.
Oh, there's an empty place in my bones that calls out for something unknown. The fame.
I want to know if while he's recording, if he did that subharmonic and then the 2-octave, 3-octave jump, whatever it was that he did there. I want to know if he did that in the recording booth and not just carefully edited clips.
And praise come year after year, does nothing for these empty
The crazy dissonance at the end by the violins and stuff is a really nice, like, creepy touch off to this song. I don't remember the original Jack's Lament immediately, like all the musicality. I remember the words because it's Jack's Lament, but I don't remember the musicality in the original Danny Elfman version. So very cool. Really love the ending note there. Of course, just that sustained subharmonic that I think that he does there. Just the set here design is really cool. The moon, I don't know if that's just it looks like a light on a lampshade. That's really cool. The Haunted Mansion shout out, of course. We get an appearance from Zero, everyone's favorite ghostly boy. But yeah, very, very cool stuff. This was awesome, and I'm definitely going to be adding this to my list to be listening to some more. I'll add it to my Voice Play / Geoff playlist that I have, and we'll go from there. But yeah, excellent stuff all around. I really enjoyed this. Definitely see why it was there. It's very good. Like I said, I felt like I was on the Tower of Terror with how much he was sliding up and down his octave range and doing it with such incredible control. And he scared the piss out of me. So thanks, Geoff. I would owe you one, but I don't think we'll ever actually encounter each other in person, unless you want to be the one to give me the tour of Patty Cake Productions that I want to take in my life. So, anyways, guys, that's the end of this one. A much shorter video, but it's, you know, I don't know what else to say. Honestly, I'm broken. I'm a little tired too because it's the 4th video I've done. So I hope I did this one as good of justice as you could, but I fully expect you wonderful commentators that are on the Voice Play Patreon, because I currently am not, because I kind of can't spare the money, to give me all the background and insights, and I will absolutely gobble it all up in reading it. I'm looking forward to seeing those comments. So until the next video, I hope you all stay safe. I hope you enjoy yourself. You're having fun. You keep on listening to great music. We'll see you next time.